everyone. Welcome to Word of the Week. Today we have a lot of special guests. They are actually very close friends of mine, and their name is Ryan and Tran. They have four beautiful kids. And today, my friends Ryan and Tran are going to be talking about something that is very dear to their hearts, which is the topic is having a child with disabilities and what that looks like. And so I just want to welcome Ryan and Tran. Hi, everyone.
Hello, Kayla. Hi.
Yeah, so glad to have you guys. And so tell me a little bit about yourselves before we get into it.
Okay. So we live in South Carolina. I'm an engineer, trying to stay at home mom. Like you said, we have four kids, and we met through a church hiking trip 7 or 8 years ago, and got married soon after that, and started doing life together.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the introduction. So I know that you have, 3 boys and one girl. Mai is the girl's name, and Mai also has Down syndrome. I was there with you from the beginning, and I've seen what you guys went through, and so I kind of want to talk a little bit about that today. When you found out the prognosis of the baby, what was your initial thoughts and reactions?
It's a little surprising. Maya is our third child, so we had 2 other babies prior to her, and they were both fine. The pregnancies were fine, according to plan. So with our third pregnancy, we had no reason to suspect anything was any different. So when we went in for the first ultrasound, and they told us what they were seeing and kind of what they were expecting, it was a little surprising. It's hard to plan for that sort of news. I would say, for me and for both of us, it was just a surprise, a little bit of a shock. It certainly took some time to digest what they were telling us. So that's kind of the our initial reaction.
Mm.
Yeah.
How about for you, Tran?
Definitely was surprised, and I mean, of course, I went straight into prayer, asking God to just really, basically, perform a miracle to lift this up, lift this away from us, and yeah, I was angry as the news, angry as myself, thinking that maybe if I could have, I don't know, if I married younger or whatever, all this thoughts was running through my mind. But yeah, there was a lot of fear, I guess, that I was dealing with.
Did you say you were maybe caught a little spiritually off guard?
Oh yeah, I was definitely was not prepared for that, and definitely, how do you say it? Yeah, spiritually unprepared for the news.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because I know you prayed and you asked many people to pray, and of course God answered your prayer very differently. It didn't go according to your plan, but after the fact, do you see it as a blessing in disguise?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely the time of growth, and if anything, this whole journey was basically very humbling for me, knowing that I can't do anything. I can only cling on to to him, to God, of who he is, speaking truth into my life, because there's the times that, like, my goodness, all this negative thoughts, like the future, the unknowns, what is this, what is that, if I did not cling unto God, my goodness,
And it wasn't just the Down syndrome either. They kind of lay out a litany of other things that can complicate the development of a healthy baby. So things like heart conditions, brain conditions, thyroid conditions, different organs and stuff. And they kind of run through all that stuff, and it's a lot to process, and your mind is quick to jump to, well, what if all of that, what if we're going to have to experience and go through all of that all at once? And so it's easy to kind of succumb to the uncertainty, and it's daunting to think about. And so
I think that I might just lose this baby.
And that's a elevated possibility too, is a miscarriage. So it's a lot to process in the beginning. So it's a pretty steep hurdle to get over, just processing the thoughts and then praying about it, and seeking the Lord for peace.
Would you say that God used community to help comfort you in that time? And how does your community support your family?
Yeah, I would say that's probably one of the main, I guess, maybe top areas where God came through as a testimony for us, is that, he surrounded us with a lot of great people, both at church as well as in our neighborhood community. Our families were able to help in varying capacity. Friends down here, friends from back up in Pennsylvania. We lacked nothing in the way of community, and we could attribute that to God's goodness and Him bringing people into our lives to help us, both spiritually, mentally, physically, with tangible things. And we were blown away at everybody's willingness to help and kind of walk alongside us through it, and still are.
Yeah, especially when, I had to be in the hospital with Mai for the first month of her life, and then COVID started. So all this happened at once, and but God just really provides for us with with providing that with people, just really walk alongside us, support us. I know that I have friends that I would call to vent, cry to pray with. You were one of them. I know that I couldn't have done it without the community, the people that God brought into our lives to really walk through the journey with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our church, after Miles was born, they put together a meal plan for us, and so I don't think we cooked for a month straight.
Wow.
People bringing food to us. We had Facebook friends that were donating money for us to be purchasing food, because Tran was out all day and I was working, and so it wasn't always prepared. We were ordering out a lot, and so people were wanting to help out with that and buy us food and send us things, and that was just a tremendous help.
Yeah,
above and beyond. It really helped us to get through that time.
Yeah, God was very faithful. He just, we know that God is a God that provides, and He sure did with us, for us. Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, I've definitely heard all the stories, and Tran, in our small group, you shared about how God used Mai to reconnect you to people that you never would think that you would be friends with ever.
No, oh my goodness. Again, God really He said, okay, I really need to humble you. And my goodness, so people from, from Camden, from New Jersey, wherever, they reach out to me just because they just like, oh wow, you know, we want to be able to walk through this with you. So yeah, like he brought people into my life that I would never expect myself to be, I guess, like friends with, you know, because of the bridges I burned, you know. But
yeah,
but you know, through this, he I don't know, got one word is that he's so faithful, and this area that he wants, you know, in my life that he needs to work on. He needs to, like, you know, I need to mold you into the image that I want, you know, I want you to have, you know.
mm-hmm.
So he used those people. Yeah, they would, you know, text me or Facebook message me, just gifting us with diapers
Wow.
and all sort of things. Yeah, like I'm just like really blown away, and people that I know I heard before, young friends calling me to donate. I'm like, you know, I'm just really blown away by their love for our family.
Mm. How I know that God's used Mai to refine you because I've heard a lot from your side, Tran, but how about you, Ryan? How has God used Mai to refine you in your life?
I guess going through the pregnancy and then birth until now, it's shed light on how much I need to be praying for not only Mai, but also my wife, who's at home dealing with or handling the brunt of the everyday, day-to-day work involved in helping her. She's had, there's just a number of things that kind of made her care complicated in the beginning. She had a feeding tube inserted, and she was eating solely through the tube for the first, I don't know, 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
And the machine required regular cleaning and maintenance and charging the batteries, and she was pumping breast milk. So it was just a ton of work. And so it was just very clear and apparent to me really the best thing I could do for her is just pray for her. That for both strength and mental fortitude, lots of patience, because at the time we had 2 other kids that needed attention. During other times in marriage, sometimes it's easy to forget or neglect your spouse when it comes to praying for them. But it was more evident than ever at that point in time that I needed to be, and I need to continue to be praying for her and lifting her up.
Okay. Wow. Thank you.
To be able to do those things. But that's probably the one thing that sticks out in my mind that Mai has taught me to be able to do.
That's good.
I mean, I can justify. I mean, I can say that. I already know that Ryan, he's like a solid man of God. I know that, but through it all, it's like the whole with Mai, like I don't know what it is, but when I'm so down, like I'm so defeated, like God really used Ryan to really lift me up in a way that I couldn't pray. I was like I was doubting God left and right, asking God like, why didn't He heal Mai according to, you know, what I guess my way. But having Ryan be in the Word, praying over our family, praying over me, especially for my heart, because at that time was really still hard. I didn't really I think doing the Bible study, I was like, God had so many names, and I was really struggling with Jehovah Rapha, like the God that heals. You know, like I couldn't pray for a while that I didn't believe that God could heal. You know, because of what happened to Mai, because I was like begging, crying out to Him, but he didn't do according to His time. Anyway, that's another testimony. It's amazing how God is working in my life, in baby Mai's life right now. Anyway, but to see Ryan being so, he didn't waver. You know, like he spoke truth, he rebuked the lies, and just really holding down the fort, like spiritually for our family. And that's what he's called for. But at that time, like really like prominent, like it's like magnified or something like that. Like it was very attractive.
So
I know, but yeah.
so definitely you would say this has affected your marriage. Like how has this affected your marriage?
I would say more, it's not so much Mai with Down syndrome that has affected our marriage as much as just having 3 kids and now 4 kids. So it's shed a lot of light on the fact that we need to be setting time aside for us to bond and go out on dates and we need to be intentional about setting time aside for us, because it's easy to get whisked away in the responsibilities of the day and then just want to go to bed at the end of it. But doing that day in and day out can stifle a romance, and it can stifle affection. So it takes a lot of intentionality to say, okay, this Friday, no matter what happens, we're going to just drop the kids off, we'll pay for babysit, whatever it is, and we need to just go out and enjoy a couple hours of no responsibility. And that's the, I don't know, that's the biggest takeaway I've had these past couple kids. It really doesn't have a whole lot to do with my Down syndrome per se. I think 3 or 4 kids with anybody is just enough for you to have to just say, okay, we need to start scheduling our time, because there's just so many hours in a day and so many needs that 4 kids have that it can easily consume all your time.
My next question is, Mai's gonna grow up, and she's gonna have, be interacting with the world. So what steps are you taking towards opening the door to an independent adult life for your child? And I know this is a 2-part question, but any insecurities and worries while working on this growth?
I think Tran can probably speak to the insecurities a little more as far as what are we doing now in preparation for the future. We don't really have expectations that we expect her to live up to. We are more focused on creating an environment that will enable her to reach her full capacity, whatever that may be. So she has therapists that come to the house and work with her 3 or 4 times a week. We want her to be involved in anything she's interested in, so we will never hold her back from something because we don't think she can do it. If she wants to try it, we're going to let her try it. We plan to instill in her virtues and characteristics that'll make her resilient to the world, because the world can be cruel and there will be people who might make fun of her or doubt her or put her in a box. And that's probably going to happen. So our job as parents and guardians over her is to help foster a resilient spirit and tell her what the truth is. So when someone else tells her a lie, she'll recognize it and treat it as a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's our main goal, is to foster her and help her reach her full potential, whatever that may be. And we don't know what that is. So if that's full independence one day, that's great. And if it's not, then that's okay too. I mean, we'll give her the best opportunities that we can.
Yeah, and you know me, I'm a pusher. I don't expect less of her. I want just like how I treat my boys, I expect them to do well. And I do expect her, I do push her. She is, like today, when she was like climbing the steps, like going up the slides and going down. Like, I don't look at her as in like, oh, my child with special needs go, no, like, oh my goodness, it's like a little toddler, he has no fear. She was just climbing and just going down the slides, and she would just walk, like stuff like that. Like, I don't think any kind of like, he wasn't like special for her. Like, she's mine, she's my daughter, and
we didn't get her a smaller slide.
No.
We got her a normal slide. We're helping do it.
Yeah, we expect her to, like, it takes time. I mean, that's why we work so hard with her, but it takes time, but she can do whatever the boy can do. And yeah, I really do expect for her to be riding her bike soon. Yeah, nothing stopping that girl. Like, she can't be stopped.
Wow, I'm glad. And are there anything else that you want the public to know about having a child with disabilities?
Yeah. But at times it is a lot of work. Most of the time it's a lot of work. However, the blessings that we've received from having her just far exceeds any trials, tribulations, or turmoil we might have had up until now thus far. Her name says it all, Mai Joy, right? She brings so much joy to our family. It's hard to put into words. Watching her older brothers just adore her. They're so affectionate towards her, and she loves them. And they're aware that she has Down syndrome. So they ask questions, and we're honest with them. We tell them what's going on. They know that she had the hole in her stomach, hole in her heart. But they are never forget to pray for her. And when we pray for meals, pray before bed, they always remember to pray for her. So watching and observing them have a compassionate, loving heart towards her, I mean, what it must be doing to shape their lives, I don't think we could put a measure on. And so it's not only a benefit to her siblings, but also to us, Tran and I as well, because we experience the same thing. We're just blown away about how much she's able to make us laugh, make us smile. She's carved out her own little spot in our family. And at no point is she ever looked at as a burden or a drag. It's far from it. If anything, everything revolves around her, and we're happy to do it. It's not to minimize the amount of work involved. It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of fear, what is, all that. But because God has proven himself that he's so faithful, he gave us the strength, gave me the supernatural strength to I don't know, be my mom, her caretaker, her nurse, like her therapist. God has given me that strength to be able to do that. He's so faithful, and the fact that God gave me the heart to really love her. I honestly, there times during the pregnancy that I was kind of like praying, like, God, just kind of like take away this burden, or I can't do this. But then God, over time and time again, he has given me that supernatural love that I have for her. Like, there's nothing. I don't know. I know that there's no favorites, but I don't know. Mine's my favorite because she's my only girl. But still, like, something about her is just. I know that she's made out of God's image, and the way she just laughs, the way she just, I don't know, like, you have to interact with her, Now I understand. When people say that, oh, there's certain, like, what's it called, like, there's certain Down syndrome people just have this certain joy or whatever, At first, I didn't understand what they were saying. I didn't understand that. I couldn't connect with them. But now, I'm like, no, I understand, because she is the living testimony. She is the joy that I lack, or getting robbed or, like, she is just my joy. Yeah.
Wow, that's well, it's such a beautiful testimony. I really enjoy hearing about it. Every time I'm just so mind blown of like, what this little girl could really do, and I'm like, wow, this is just so amazing. And definitely we did not expect this at all. This kind of just is something that only God could really do, and I'm really blessed to hear your testimony. And I also know that you have a fundraiser. So can you tell us more about it?
So, me, I'm not into this kind of stuff, but because now it's like so dear to my heart. So we're walking for, it's called like a buddy walk, to raise money for Down syndrome. So
All the proceeds go.
all the proceeds goes to the Down syndrome of the Greater Charlotte. So we just ask everyone to just partner with us and join us if we can't walk, then definitely help us help donate to Baby Mai's team, which is My Betsy Life. Mai has a friend named Betsy, and they both are Down syndrome, and they're just so cute. I can testify that Betsy, brings joy to her family as well. So they are forming a team, and they're going to be walking together, and it'll be great.
October, right?
The end of October 30th.
October
So
30th
we have
is the deadline?
Yeah, this is the deadline. So we have like a month left
Okay.
to raise this, and there's no winners, but me, there's always a winner. There's always a winner. I want my best life to be top. I don't know, at least the top winner.
At the top for donations.
Yeah. So please partner with us.
All right. So yes, you guys have heard TLC. Please donate so that we can win and be the top. And we'll have the link in the description below. So please go ahead and donate, show support. TLC, let's go. And
Down to give. Down to give.
thank you to Ryan and Tran, and for all the viewers, please make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. We thank you so much. See you next time.
Like what you see? Come check us out on our YouTube channel. We're called to love God, love people, and serve the world. We post regularly every week, Wednesdays and Sundays, 12:30 p.m. for English ministry. Check out our website at www.wearetruelove.com. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.